What is up, everybody? So Core Essentials sent me another EDC belt, and actually they sent me two belts. They sent me a battle belt as well, their new micro adjustable battle belt, which we'll get into later in this video. If you guys want to check that out, you can go ahead and skip ahead to that. But first, we're going to talk about this new Multicam belt that I got from them. All right, before we get started, I want to give a huge shout out to Core Essentials. I really appreciate you guys sending these belts out to me. They're not paying me whatsoever to say anything about these belts. I don't get any commission at all. And yeah, let's just get into it. So if you've never heard of Core Essentials belts, they are a ratcheted system belt. So they fine tune by micro adjustments, 1/4 of an inch for the perfect fit. Now, let's talk about the one I'm wearing right now. And that's this one. This is the new Multicam additions from Core Essentials. Now, this is the black multicam, which I think looks amazing. I like the subtle look with the camouflage going on. They do come in the standard multicam color, arid, black, tropic, and something called flex tard. So I've been carrying this belt with me in everyday carry for the past couple of weeks, just so I can get a feel for it. Now, you'll notice it's very strong and sturdy, nice and easy to draw, secure the weapon back in place. It is very, very nice when it comes to using your gun. Now let's take this off and show you how quickly I can just take this off, set it aside, and then I'm not wearing it anymore, so I have some space. And we'll just pinch that back down, just slide it over, and now I just got a regular belt going on with a really kick-ass buckle. Now let's take it off and show you a little bit closer. So here's that multicam pattern, and this is the X6 belt buckle here. A really nice belt buckle. They have quite a few of them on their website of the X series, which are all really nice tactical looking belt buckles. And don't worry if you're not interested in a tactical belt, but you want that ratcheting system. Say you're a detective and you want that nice looking belt, but still have that functionality of a gun belt situation so you can still carry. They do make some nice looking casual belts. So on the back side here, you can see their ratcheting system. There's 40 different points of contact there at 1/4 of an inch increments. So you can make it very, very fine-tuned to your liking. Now this belt will range anywhere from 24 inches to 54 inches. And Core recommends that you size it to about 4 inches bigger than what your normal size is, just to play it safe, to give you a little extra room for ratcheting. However, that being said, I find it to be perfect for me to actually cut it at my size. Now, how do you know where to cut it at? Well, Core makes that very, very easy for you by putting these numbers in place here, the exact measurement to size, and you can cut it out. As you can see, I have a small waist. I cut it around 31 inches and it sinks into here. Now, I made a previous video on my original Core belt that they sent me where I break this all down, but it's pretty simple. Basically, you cut it, you slide it in here. There's some teeth here, which folds down this piece, and then you screw these two in to be extra secure. Now, in my original review of this Core belt, which is this one right here, this is the original Core belt that I have. Now, in that original video, I was pretty stoked on it. I liked the way it felt and fit, but after a while of actually wearing it, now I made that video before I actually spent some time wearing it, but with a little bit more time wearing it, I found myself not wearing it. I didn't like it for everyday carry. It's just a little too stiff. And let me give you a visual. Here is the old belt. Here is the new multicam one. Let me hold them right at the buckles. And you can see when I hold the multicam one that it's just, it flexes, it's loose, it's nice and flexible. This one is very, very stiff. They've made this a lot more flexible. So it's not as stiff and rigid, it's a lot more flexible, and that is what I was looking for. So Core finally delivered. So if you guys are interested in this belt, I'll leave a link down below so you guys can go check out Core Essentials, pick out whatever belt buckle you want, and slap that bad boy on and you're ready to go. So when you have those days at lunch where you just kind of pig out a little bit and you need to make a little extra room, it's just that simple. That's it, man. Core is nailing it. Now this is the battle belt. So let's open this up and check it out. So inside the box, just like every other Core thing you're gonna get, is you're gonna get the instructions here. You're going to get a little strap here. There's also some other piece in here that I don't even know what that's for. And then there's a measuring tool for you to measure it to your size. You got your battle belt buckle. And then here are your belts, right? Two. Why did I say belts? Because you have an outer belt, and then this is your inner belt. If you're new to duty belts or battle belts, then you don't know this, but most of belts have Velcro. So they have the rough Velcro on the exterior of the belt, and then you put this on through your belt loops and it Velcros to it to keep it in place. What I find really, really nice is that most inner belts come with some kind of buckle. So when you put it on, there's some kind of buckle there, and that buckle bulges out a little bit. So when you actually put your belt over it, it's annoying. It puts a little bit of pressure there. It's not really that much fun. However, Core Essentials really thought about that, and they have a buckleless system here, and they made this section super thin. Like look how thin that is. That is super thin, and that is right where your belt buckle would go. So now there's nothing there. There's nothing in the way. There's nothing to annoy you. It's great. I might actually switch to this just for work purposes and where this is my underbelt. But I do want to set this up eventually and get it fully equipped as a full working functioning battle belt. I just don't have the attachments yet. And that being said, Core Essentials does sell the mag pouches, and they sell a med kit that can go on to this battle belt. The exterior of the battle belt is MOLLE. You can attach obviously MOLLE attachments to it. Now it is really, really rigid, so it's going to be a little bit tricky for some attachments maybe, but for the most part you're going to get most of your MOLLE attachments there, and it is going to be very sturdy and strong. Core Essentials does not skip out on materials, and of course with their battle belts they do have that core system in there. If you can see, there it is. So along with the power core center, it does have the ratcheting system as well. This one has a little bit less of points. It has 20 points instead of the 40, but that is all you're going to need for a battle belt. You shouldn't have to have that many points of adjustment. You should basically have this pretty set. So as you can see, I could practically jump rope with this size of a belt. So we need to adjust it to my size. Are you guys you can come over here? So what's really cool is they have a little scan barcode here that you can go in and just watch a video on how to set this up. But you're watching this video, so don't leave. But anyways, 1, size outer battle belt. So the first thing you want to do is size the outer battle belt, the outer battle belt. So this end here lines up with the track to make it nice and easy for you to follow. And then you'll just find your size. Boom, done. Oh hey, I just want to interrupt the video real quick just to let you know that the audio is about to get a little bit poor. Yeah, because this decided to just stop recording the good audio. So, sorry. All right, so now that we have that cut, and even though we got little wings here, we should be okay. So what we're gonna do is now find your buckle. You can see, this is what I was mentioning earlier, talking about the first belt. This flops over, secures it, and then you have the 2 Allen screws there. So we'll get our Allen key, and we'll go ahead and remove these, and then you're going to take the end of the belt here and slide it all the way in like that, and just take those teeth and secure it. And so when you do that, it kind of pushes it back just a little bit, but that's not a big deal. Just make sure it's straight in there, it's not sitting slanted in any way, and then you just crank down these screws nice and snug. Don't need to go overly crazy about it, but that's not going anywhere, so nice and secure. So now your outer belt is complete. All right, so now we need to do the inner belt. So let's see what we need to do for that. Find your pant size and then subtract 1 inch and then cut the belt at that mark. So for example, if your pant size is 36 inches, you need to cut the belt at 35 inches. Do a little cut just to mark it. And you can take a look inside and you can see that that power core center is also in the inner belt. And this little piece right here will go on the end here. Pliers, squeeze, squeeze, and we'll squeeze one more time in the middle. And there you go. What's nice is that little hex piece is flexible. So if I need it to be tighter than what the actual inner belt is, it's just giving me that room to play with. Super secure. Definitely nice. So my goal is to eventually get the gear on this and make it fully set up and ready to go. Now it is I've measured it to 32 inches. Give me a little bit more playroom because once you put attachments on there, a holster and so forth, you're adding just a little bit more room there that you're gonna need to play with. So be safe, maybe add that extra inch, and if you don't feel like you need it, then you can cut it later on. But make sure that you don't cut too much off and then you find yourself in a bit of a big pickle. Super easy to just throw together. Once you get some attachments on there, it'll just be ready to go. To slap on, all you have to do is put that inner belt on and then throw your battle belt outer over top of it, and you're ready for battle. Or just to go to the range day, or just to look cool as shit. And that is the latest and greatest from Core Essentials. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, smash that like button for me. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, leave them down below. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.